G'day viewers, welcome once more to Totally Fucked Up Friday, my weekly roundup of stories showing to you the world really is totally fucked up. And I'm going to start with a story a few people sent me, wanted me to have a bit of a rant about American politics, election season. This about the Indiana senatorial race where a Republican candidate said in one of their televised debates how if a woman got pregnant from rape, he opposes abortion because he thinks the life is precious. It was God's plan. He essentially saying like God's consolation prize is you were horribly raped, but you've got a baby. Now, a lot of people have equated it to the other fuckwit who said the line about legitimate rape, which was code word for bitches be lying, they weren't really raped. I think that's actually quite unfair in this guy's place. I think it's obnoxious. I think it's vile for this creepy old man to be telling women what they can and can't do with their bodies. But to be fair, if you are a believer in the magic man in the sky, what he said is simply part of the belief system. The rape's a bad thing. He never said it wasn't. He never even suggested it wasn't. He never suggested that real rape and not real rape. He talked solely about the conception. And if you believe the magic man in the sky makes things happen and creates life, by definition, he was just stating what the beliefs of religious people are. And I think he's gotten a bum rap. Now, atheists, go to fucking town. Because you don't have the whole magic man going on and you can bitch slap him across the room. My personal belief is quite simply abortion is acceptable. Okay? With all the problems in the world, it's a really complex subject, and I might sit down with a smart person and have a long, detailed talk about it one day. But basically, harassing this guy for simply stating a core religious belief, that's what's totally fucked up about it in my book. It's as simple as that. But, you know, you want the real bad guys in the world? Let's talk about the New York cop who's been arrested after it was found he was planning to kidnap, torture, cook, and eat women. And he'd been profiling a whole bunch of women. And I assume he got caught for being stupid because apparently he has detailed files on his computers and he was illegally accessing the law enforcement databases to profile the sort of women he wanted, and he was going on to what's being described as some fetish websites to talk about things as well. Basically, I have no idea when he actually started sharing his plans with an FBI plant, but it seems fairly obvious that's what he's ended up doing. And at one point I thought maybe I'll read some of his documents, but they're horrible. There is a link to the story, but if you are easily upset, I wouldn't read it because it's fucking horrible. And the bit that creeps me out the most about this is because so far there's no evidence he ever did anything to anyone. He just planned it. And because he planned with another person, whether that person was an undercover FBI narc or not, that gets him on a conspiracy charge. Conspiracy to kidnap. And he will get charged for illegally accessing the law enforcement databases. And it freaks me out that based on the evidence, who knows what will come out in trial, how serious he actually was. But it really looks like this guy seriously was going to do this shit. And it freaks me right the fuck out that the most serious thing he might be got on was illegally using the police databases. How fucking long can that keep him away? Man, people like this is when you wake up. The world really is totally fucked up when people like this are cops. Oh my God, and when they're looking into his background, they got the classic, a neighbour saying, he seemed like a nice, normal man. Well, he fucking wasn't! I hate hearing that people who do shit like this come across as nice, normal people. I have enough trouble keeping away from obviously creepy freakazoids. How can I keep away from normal people too? This shit is fucked! Oh, I need to move on to something I can at least be light-hearted about. There's not a week goes by that there isn't something zombie-related in the news. This one, at least, is fictional. for now. Filmmaker Eli Roth came to fame with his movie Cabin Fever, and he created the Hostel series, directed Hostel 1 and 2, and he's done some acting and producing and directing with Quentin Tarantino and others as well. Well, he's working on his first feature since Hostel 2. It's going to be called The Green Inferno, and he is going to the deepest heart of the Amazon for some authenticity. You could just do it on a soundstage or with computer effects, but he's going to the Amazon for the real feel. And he's found a really isolated village deep in the Amazon to have as the setting for his film, where I think the plot is basically some do-gooders in the Amazon. Their plane crashes and they end up in this isolated area where I assume they're going to be eaten. Okay? And he's found this isolated village. Yeah, it's like no running water, no electricity. And he's cut a deal with them to provide them, well, with money and a school and medical supplies and a boat. And they're going to be in his film. But they actually had apparently never seen a film. They didn't understand the concept when they were being approached, will you be in our film? So they rolled out a generator and a TV, and they showed them 80s schlock film. I think it's called Cannibal Apocalypse. It's, you know, just a really gory, schlocky 80s exploitation film. And the villagers apparently laughed from beginning to end. They thought it was a comedy. And all I'm thinking is, well, Eli, you're now going in this incredibly remote, isolated, back of beyond, deep in the Amazon, to film a film about zombies, cannibalism, with people who think that shit is funny. Good luck with that one, buddy. Good luck. That's all I've got to say. And look, I want to round up with something, you know, that we can all find humorous. Kids eating dogs' balls. What's not funny about that, right? A few people forwarded me this link as well. Town of Dargo, middle of nowhere, is about 4 hours out of Melbourne, up in the mountains area. They had sort of growth camp for the kids, you know, an explorer type camp. And as part of these kids were aged between 6 and 13. And as part of it, they're actually witnessing, no, I was going to say dentist. That would make it worse. It was a vet castrating a dog. Having a dentist castrate a dog, that would be really weird. Now, all you city folk are probably going, ew, what? I grew up in the country. I was around cattle being castrated. But the next bit didn't happen, although there were several funny goes, here, hold these. No one thought I would eat them. But apparently they cooked it up, and the camp leader was making jokes about, oh, this is traditional bush tucker. We used to call it bush oysters when I grew up. And she then said she didn't actually expect any kids to eat it. And she said this would be a gross thing to eat. The vet had assured them, that, well, it's safe. You know, it's not going to poison them. And apparently some of the kids watched too much Bear Grylls, and they actually said, I'll have some. And the report is they put them in the mouth, maybe had a chew, but spat it out pretty quickly. Like, okay, that's disgusting. And some locals in Dargo are upset, apparently, according to the report in the local paper. They're worried it will make the town look good. Now, originally, I was thinking I could take the angle on this about someone doing fucked up shit with kids, getting them to eat dog's balls. But the person who runs the camp, who's been doing it for ages and helping kids, seems genuinely upset that people are making a big deal about this. And for real, think about it for a second, particularly if you're from the country. Seriously, if you've got kids out there and you cook up dog's balls, you think the kids aren't the ones really going, oh, I have some? That shit, that's what kids do. But where I'm going to go with this, seriously, the paper says 3 people contacted them. And as I think the population of the town is 10, that's a lot, right? And one of them had said they were worried if news of this got out into the wider community, it would ruin Dargo and it would be trashed as a community. We can't have that happen. Hey, just a pointer. You might be a slow learner, so I'll speak slowly and clearly. if you don't want lots of people to know something, don't tell the fucking newspaper about it. Who needs to be told that? If you don't want everyone to know, don't go to the fucking media. How stupid do you have to be to do that? Oh my God. I'm sorry Aidsy's not here tonight. He was with me earlier. We were doing this research and he was particularly interested in the dog's balls story, eating dog's balls. Last I saw of him was when I went, yeah, what's not great about putting dog's balls in your mouth? And he said, I know, right? And ran out. And that was the last I saw of him.